Okay, so this is 506 Dance live at the ECMAs, and we have from Newfoundland, Outlander. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
So tell us about how you got started.
I started producing, or I guess learning or whatever, like say 3 years ago or something like that. I started doing it just like in my room in residence, at mine, just messing around with like FL Studio and stuff like that. I started taking it more seriously, I guess, like in the last little while. So it's only been like the last year, I think, I've been pushing it like really hard and stuff. But it's been a few years that I've gotten into it, I guess.
All right, cool. So tell us a little bit about what's your style like?
Kind of varies. Like I just recently did an album for RPM called The Scene, and that, I guess the point of that was to like explore a bunch of different like electronic genres. Like it starts with a lot of like kind of French electro, like Daft Punk and Justice influenced type of stuff, which is kind of what I've been leaning towards like now. But there's also like progressive house and down tempo tracks and dubstep and things like that on it as well. So it's kind of all over the place, I guess, in terms of style. But mostly, I guess, right now the slower, like the 110 beats per minute.
So now that you talked about Daft Punk and all those. Like, what are your main influence when you start producing music?
It depends on the style of track. I mean, certainly like for slower, like electro kind of stuff, like Justice and Daft Punk and like Voice Noise and things like that. Like the more kind of that sort of feeling. Certainly Uppermost actually is if you don't know, is a French producer who's been a really big influence on a lot of my sound lately. In my opinion, he's one of the best, kind of on the go right now. And then like Deadmau5 and Zed's Dead and things like that. I mean, it depends on the genre really, and all kinds of music really. I mean, not even electronic.
All right, cool. Just for the people in the audience, if you get the flash, it's Mr. Bones LeBlanc taking pictures, so you're getting that flash right there. So you're from St. John's, Newfoundland. How's the scene out there? I mean, for those people that don't know.
It's actually picked up. I mean, it's always been a big part of it. I mean, like the down to like, in St. John's, there's Storage Street and stuff like that. I mean, there's obviously there's a lot of clubs and bars and stuff like that, and it's been the dance music culture has been there for a long time, but it's starting to pick up a lot now. Like recently, there's been a lot of like connection with like Facebook and stuff like that. People started creating like there's a group now for the electronic music scene in St. John's where people kind of came together on that. And now there's like bi-weekly meeting and stuff like that at different places downtown and things like that. So people are like really coming together, and there's a lot of like different events and a lot of shows happening now, and a lot of like big name acts and stuff like that coming through. Like recently we had Mort Fustang come through and play, and a bunch of other artists and stuff like that have come through. So it's picked up a lot like really recently, and it's picked up really quickly.
Okay, so tell us about what's next for you. What are your future projects?
Right now I'm just working on just different tracks. Nothing like, I guess, cohesive. Like I finished the RPM album, so I've been kind of like trying to promote that, trying to get out to bloggers and stuff like that. Get different people listening to it. I've been working on, I guess, like some more, like I said, the slower kind of like French electro type of stuff. I just finished up like a tech house type of track and stuff like that. Mostly just working on music, just getting people to hear it more than anything. Doing my best to try and get on some sort of record label if possible, but that's been that's been a lot more difficult than anything else so far, I guess. But people are starting to get a lot more interested. Ever since RPM, like there's been a lot of people who've come to me and like hey, this is really good. And, it's picking up more. Like more people are starting to find out about it. So I'm just trying to push it as much as possible.
Awesome. So if people want to check your stuff out, where do they go to?
SoundCloud.com/Outlandaa.
Awesome. Any last words? All right. Well, Outlander, we're going to see him today at the ECMAs. Thanks a lot, man.
Not a problem.